Fellow gardeners, let me share something that completely changed how I view those pesky plants growing wild in our gardens. What if I told you that some of the most common weeds across India are actually nature's own soil doctors, working tirelessly to heal damaged earth? After years of observing and experimenting in my own garden, I've discovered that these humble plants hold incredible power to transform lifeless, compacted soil into thriving, fertile ground. Today I'm excited to walk you through 5 remarkable Indian weeds that don't just survive in poor soil, they actively work to revive it. These botanical healers have been quietly doing their job for centuries, and it's time we recognize their incredible contribution to soil health. I know what you're thinking. Parthenium hysterophorus, or Congress grass, is the bane of every gardener's existence. But hear me out on this one. While this aggressive weed can certainly be problematic in crop fields, it's actually performing an important ecological function that we often overlook. Parthenium thrives in compacted, nutrient-poor soils where most other plants struggle to establish themselves. Its extensive root system, which can penetrate deep into hard clay layers, creates natural channels that improve soil aeration and water infiltration. When these plants eventually die back, they leave behind a network of root channels that other plants can later utilize. The key with Parthenium is management, not complete elimination. In areas of your garden where soil is extremely poor or compacted, allow controlled patches of Parthenium to establish for a season or two. Their deep taproots will break up hard pan layers that would be expensive and labor-intensive to address mechanically. Once they've done their work, you can remove them and plant more desirable species that will benefit from the improved soil structure. I've seen this work beautifully in abandoned plots where the soil was brick hard. After 2 seasons of Parthenium growth, the soil became workable again, and vegetables could finally establish strong root systems. Amaranth species, commonly known as pigweed or chowlai, are among the most underappreciated soil improvers in our gardens. These plants are incredible nutrient accumulators, particularly for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the holy trinity of plant nutrition. What makes amaranth truly special is its ability to mine nutrients from deep soil layers and concentrate them in its leaves and stems. The plant's robust root system can extend several feet deep, accessing nutrients that shallow-rooted crops simply cannot reach. When you chop and drop amaranth plants as mulch, you're essentially creating a slow-release fertilizer that feeds the soil ecosystem. In my experience, amaranth works wonders in areas where soil has been depleted by intensive cultivation. I've learned to let patches of amaranth grow wild in my vegetable beds during fallow periods. After about 60 to 90 days, I cut them down and use them as green mulch. The decomposing plant matter not only adds organic matter but also releases concentrated nutrients exactly where other plants need them most. The beauty of amaranth is its adaptability. It grows in everything from sandy soils to heavy clay, always working to improve whatever conditions it encounters. Some varieties can produce massive amounts of biomass in just a few months, making them incredibly efficient soil builders. Cassiura, known locally as chakramarta or sickle senna, is a member of the legume family that possesses remarkable soil-building capabilities. Like all legumes, it forms symbiotic relationships with nitrogen-fixing bacteria in its root nodules, essentially manufacturing fertilizer from thin air. What sets Cassiura apart from other nitrogen-fixing plants is its pioneering nature. It readily establishes itself in degraded soils where other legumes might struggle. The plant is particularly effective in areas affected by soil erosion or where topsoil has been stripped away. Its deep taproot helps stabilize soil while its nitrogen fixation gradually enriches the growing medium. I've observed Cassiura working its magic in several challenging locations around my property. In one area where construction activity had left only subsoil exposed, these hardy plants were among the first to colonize. Within 2 growing seasons, the soil had developed a darker color and improved texture, creating conditions suitable for establishing a productive garden. The plant's life cycle is perfectly designed for soil improvement. During its growth, it continuously fixes nitrogen and adds organic matter through leaf drop. When it completes its cycle, the entire plant decomposes, leaving behind enriched soil and root channels that improve drainage and aeration. Euphoria Herta, commonly called duty or asthma plant, Might seem like an unlikely soil improver, but this small, prostrate weed has some impressive capabilities. What caught my attention about this plant was its ability to thrive in extremely poor sandy soils where erosion is a constant threat. The plant's growth habit makes it an excellent soil stabilizer. Its spreading stems and dense root mat help bind loose soil particles together, preventing erosion while gradually building organic matter. Euphoria Herta is particularly valuable in sandy soils that lack structure and struggle to retain moisture and nutrients. In my sandy garden beds, I've learned to appreciate the role of Euphoria Herta in soil development. While the plant itself is small, it creates a living mulch that protects the soil surface from harsh sun and heavy rains. Over time, the continuous cycle of growth and decomposition builds a thin but crucial layer of organic matter that other plants can utilize. The plant's latex contains compounds that may also have subtle effects on soil chemistry, potentially helping to improve nutrient availability. While more research is needed in this area, my observations suggest that soil previously colonized by Euphoria Herta often supports better plant growth than adjacent areas without this colonization. Portalaka oleracea, known as purslane or kulfa, deserves recognition as one of nature's most effective soil moisture managers. This succulent weed has an almost magical ability to improve water retention in sandy or degraded soils, while simultaneously preventing waterlogging in heavy clay soils. The secret lies in the plant's unique physiology and growth pattern. Portalaka's fleshy stems and leaves store significant amounts of water which is gradually released back into the soil as the plant material decomposes. This creates a natural moisture regulation system that benefits surrounding plants long after the Portalaka has completed its life cycle. I've been particularly impressed by Portalaka's performance in areas where soil moisture management is challenging. In sandy sections of my garden that used to dry out quickly, established Portalaka populations have helped create more stable moisture conditions. The plant's spreading growth habit also provides excellent ground cover, reducing water evaporation and protecting soil from temperature extremes. What's fascinating about Portalaka is its ability to extract moisture from the air through its specialized leaf structures. In dry conditions, the plant can actually add moisture to the soil rather than competing with other plants for limited water resources. This makes it an invaluable ally in water-stressed environments. Understanding these plants' soil-building capabilities has transformed my approach to garden management. Instead of fighting every weed that appears, I now assess whether certain weeds might actually be helping to address specific soil problems in different areas of my garden. The key is learning to work with these natural processes rather than against them. This doesn't mean letting weeds take over your garden, but rather recognizing opportunities to harness their soil-building power strategically. Consider designating areas for controlled weed growth during soil rehabilitation periods, or incorporate beneficial weeds into your crop rotation strategy. Remember that soil building is a gradual process. These weedy allies won't transform your soil overnight, but with patience and proper management, they can create dramatic improvements over time. The best part is that this approach costs nothing, and often requires less work than conventional soil amendment methods. Ready to revolutionize your soil health using nature's own methods? Subscribe to Soilsage Chronicles for more groundbreaking gardening insights that will transform how you think about soil, plants, and the incredible connections between them. Share this article with fellow gardeners who are ready to see weeds in a completely new light. Your soil will thank you for it.